Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name is Pete and this is a 5-minute Bags of Action review of Nobody from 2021. A bystander who intervenes to help a woman being harassed by a group of men becomes the target of a vengeful drug lord. This movie was directed by Ilya Naishula, who also directed Hardcore Henry, and it was written by Derek Kolstad, who is known for The Package, recently episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but he's most well known for being the creator of John Wick and working on the subsequent second and third movie, although he isn't involved, I believe, with the fourth John Wick film. Nobody stars Bob Odenkirk, who you may know from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. That's certainly where I know him from best. And it's got a really good cast. People like Connie Nielson from Gladiator and Wonder Woman, Christopher Lloyd from the Back to the Future movies and Clue, Michael Ironside from Total Recall and Starship Troopers. And if you're interested in Michael Ironside, also on our feed, you'll find the interview I did with Michael Ironside from last year. Also in the cast, you've got RZA, or RZA, from Repo Men and American Gangster, Colin Salmon from Resident Evil and Alien vs Predator, and the main villain is played by Aleksey Serebryakov from The Coldest Game and TV series McMafia. Now, I went into Nobody with high expectations, having really liked the trailer. Now, the actual film itself wasn't quite the movie I expected from that, and I actually half wish I hadn't seen the trailer before watching it. Knowing that Odenkirk was in it, knowing that Derek Kolstad had written it, I haven't seen Hardcore Henry, but I've seen parts of it, so I knew there was a really good team behind this, so I should have just had more confidence and gone into it without seeing the trailer, I think. As I say, I haven't seen Hardcore Henry, but I'm very familiar with the work of writer Kolstad, and his fingerprints are all over this movie. It's very, very John Wick in numerous ways. In fact, it feels like it could have been an earlier draft of the first John Wick movie, but reimagined. If you can get past the fact it's so very similar to that film, then there's a lot to like here. Like that one, the film hinges on casting the right lead actor. Just like Keanu, Bob Odenkirk is brilliant. Having seen him as Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, I was so used to him as that character, I thought it would be really hard to get used to him in another role. But I needn't have worried. Within seconds, I totally believed he was Hutch Mansell instead. It was great to see veteran actors Christopher Lloyd and Michael Ironside in the cast, though Ironside doesn't really get enough to do. The film is cleverly put together and edited, and it makes it feel fresh and interesting and something you've never quite seen before. Now, this film is brutal. Really brutal at times. My wife had to look away or cover her eyes multiple times, but it works brilliantly to contrast what's happening with the main character's mundane life. Imagine True Lies turned up to 11 with a slice of John Wick and some brutal, almost Hong Kong style fighting. The fights in this movie are excellently done, as we come to expect from this new style of modern action movie. Yes, the big muscle guys and the one-liners that we loved may be gone, but in other ways we're living in a golden age of action films with a new type of leading man and a different way to present the fights, shootouts and chases. I wavered on a few bits of this movie, as some parts of it didn't quite work, but I was also grinning from ear to ear and really invested in the story, which is just what you want. Now, Nobody does get sillier and sillier, again, a bit like John Wick. As the premise starts to expand, it starts to push the boundaries of what you might believe, but I have to say, it becomes all the more fun as a result. I'm a big fan of music being used in films, and the choice of songs here is excellent. It's almost at Baby Driver levels in terms of the things that they picked. All in all, Nobody is great. It's just what I needed right now. And I think if you like the John Wick movies, especially the first one, then you're really going to enjoy this. As long as you can get past the sitting there going, well, that's a bit like John Wick, or that's a bit like John Wick, and that character's a bit like in John Wick. If you can get past all of that, I think you're going to enjoy this one. And with all that considered, I'm going to give Nobody 4 bags of action out of 5. Have you already seen Nobody? Do you agree with my assessment of it? Feel free to comment below or get in touch with us. You can do that on email, Facebook or on Twitter. We have new episodes coming out weekly, including our full-length podcast. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to get notifications. Bags of Action will always be free, but if you'd like to buy us a coffee, of course you can do that at our Ko-fi page.